Well, hey YouTube, so today guys, we are back here with another video, and this is a stock analysis video. It's been a minute since the last one, guys, but the market really undervaluing this company here, Microvast, MVST on the NASDAQ, guys. So I want to take some time to talk about this company. I've seen a couple AI channels talk about this on YouTube, but there's been really no humans or any real analysis and opinions on the company. So I'm here today to talk about this company, what I think about it, and whether or not I've invested in it. This is not financial advice, I am a moron, but this is just my opinion here on the company. So if you don't know, Microvast, they are a fully vertically integrated EV battery manufacturer. So they own all means of production, the cell production, they own the assembly process, and they have a wide variety of facilities in the United States, in Europe, and then there's one factory I saw in China as well. So they are fully around the world. They are incorporated in Texas, so don't have to worry about a Chinese company completely. Yes, there's still some risk involved because there is some Chinese influence. One of those cell manufacturing facilities is in China, but overall, I wouldn't call this a Chinese company. They just have some ties. And I'll go into what the downfall of that is. There is a downside to that, besides the trade risk and stuff like that. They did lose a major contract. They did lose, I think it was a $200 million contract with the DOE, Department of Energy. Because of public outcry, DOE contract was removed, which is unfortunate. I have my macro trends up here, and this is always a great thing to look at, but revenues here are growing, over the trailing 12 months. Quarterly, it seems to be up and down, but if you look at the trailing 12 months, which I think is more important than going quarter to quarter, because every quarter is going to be different. If you want to go year over year for that quarter, I think that's a better way to look at it, and there is definitely growth, like 9/30/2023, 9/30/2024 here, you can see there's a growth. So as long as you're seeing year over year growth for the quarter. Quarter over quarter is nice too, but they're a relatively new company in terms of being public, so you gotta cut them some slack there. This used to be THCB when it was a SPAC, so this is a SPAC company. I will say it loses a couple points for being a former SPAC. SPACs, most of them ended up being scams, not all of them, but there are definitely a lot of scams in the SPAC industry. Luckily, the company itself is not too diluted. If you look at outstanding shares, it was a little bit high, but it's only 367 million shares. That's not crazy. I like to look for things under $1 billion when possible, because I think once you get over $1 billion, especially as a young company, I just think you're very diluted, and you're never really going to see much of any stock price growth. You're just not, right? That just means because of the outstanding share boom, you're not really going to see the price go up too much. That's just my opinion. I will say there's a shocking increase in dilution in the most recent quarter. So, I do wonder if maybe they attributed that to dilution. So, I do want to see the company become, profitable on a more conventional GAAP basis. But hey, it is good to see that. It's good to see it, quarterly net income go up, right? I mean, it's up here. I mean, it looks at 17%. Which is nice. It's certainly positive, and it's good to see that. I mean, obviously the company is growing, so you're going to see less net income in a period of growth than a more stable company. So, everything looks okay, honestly. But I do like the business too. I do like their business. A lot of, I know buses in London use their products. I know a lot of cars use it in other areas, and then a lot of other, public transit around the world uses Microvast. So, it's really good to see that. And you look at their conventional partners and competitors, and you look at Cooler, guys. Cooler jumped up to $5 and stuff like that. So, I do think Microvast can get to that $5-10 range. I think it's a very critical thing they're doing here. Yes, they lost a DOE loan, and yes, Trump may not be as pro EVs, but I do think the integration and the expansion, globally speaking, because they are a globally big company with with EVs and other electric vehicles, not just the United States. I think that will kind of help supersede any short-term headwinds in the United States, because they really are a diversified business. So I'm going to pull up their business metrics in terms of where they do business. So Microvast business per country or per region is, but it says here 58% Europe, 38% Asia Pacific, 10% other Asian countries, and then USA is only 2.61%. So really they're safe from any concerns about Trump and his tariffs and his lack of EV interest, because they really are a globalized business. So really they can circumnavigate a lot of this stuff, which is awesome. And then they have an Asia business too. That's not just China. A lot of it's outside of China too. So really, it is nice and diversified here. Obviously the revenue growth is good. Look at the stock price here. There's a nice little uptrend here. Obviously when it IPO'd, or when it left SPAC, went all the way up to $20. Now that we're kind of profitable, right, or at least in the last quarter, right, and then the revenue has been growing nicely too. I mean, this year the stock price movements have been great after 3 years of decline. You've had 82% gain this year, but I think there's a lot more room for this to grow. I think, $5 to $10 in this stock market with Trump, I think that's pretty reasonable to expect. I'm not giving you the technical numbers, but I like to look at momentum. I like the momentum here. I like the revenue growth. The revenue growth is, there's no down. I like that there's no down years of revenue. Like you see this, it's a very consistent uptrend. And that's good to see. It's good to see that. There's no dips, during 2020, which easily could have happened. I mean, maybe there was a little bit here, but once the business kind of stabilized around 2022, you've seen about 3 to 4 years now consistent revenue growth year over year, which I think is very important. EPS too has been pretty solid. There is an increase too, which is nice. And all that stuff really, helps out. Margins too are increasing. It's good to see margins going up, because you want to see a gross margin at least 33% for a company that's trying to hopefully become profitable on a GAAP basis year over year. So overall, I like it. I like what they're doing here. I like the business. I think it's well diversified. That new CFO on October 18th, Kan Bibi, or whatever her name is. Yeah, that's her name over here. I think we can thank her for that quarter and that gross margin increase, right? So it's good to see that. It's good to see profit margins probably going up because of her. And then good to see that that net income that's actually was green for once, which is something we haven't seen in years for this company. So all these things are good. It's good. It's telling me the company is probably moving in the right direction. The net income here, this is not something that I take for granted, seeing that go positive, right? So you can probably thank her for all those things, and I do think the company is moving in the right direction, if you ask me. So that's my opinion, guys. They make these proprietary LTO, lithium thionyate oxide batteries, and NFC nickel, manganese, cobalt batteries. And then they have these HNSO, hybrid nickel superoxide batteries, Me6 batteries. They have HNSO batteries as well. So this company here, they're doing a lot of stuff here. They're not resting on the laurels here. They're really trying to get to the next level here. And I think they're going to make it, guys. I really like their business. They're very quiet. You don't get many press releases from them. But behind the scenes, you can see by the revenue growth, which keeps going up here, that this company is doing a lot of cool stuff, guys. And you can even see some of the use cases here, like buses in Europe and stuff like that is one of the primary. You can see cars are using it. You have vans. You have factories with it's solar power. You have all these different business use cases and stuff like that, whether it's transportation or energy storage. So yeah, overall, it's undervalued. I think $5 to $10 in the short term is reasonable. And yeah, that's just my opinion of the company, guys. Let me know what you think down below. I like them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, favorite, turn on the notification bell. Please turn off the Adblocker, guys, and turn the notification bell on for my channel. Check out Robinhood, guys. Use my link down below to sign up for Robinhood and stuff like that. That really supports me. And yeah, that's just my opinion of the company here. I like them. Check out my website, pbosonline.com. I have a written article about the topic, guys. So that's how we're really going to start tying in my website in the future, guys. I have an actual written article about this on my site. Check it out. It puts some of my thoughts into writing, which I think is really important when you're talking about stocks. So that's just my opinion, guys. Check out my website. Check out my links down below. Let me know what you think about the company. Thank you and bye. Okay.